Hey everyone, welcome to this deep dive. And we are tackling cold email mastery, specifically for coaches.
Yeah, it's interesting about these sources is that they really hone in. They really laser focus on coaches.
They do.
And they
Almost like they
even,
know. They
eh,
know what platforms coaches are using, right?
yeah, like Kajabi,
Yeah, Jai.
Teachable,
They're
Thinkific.
speaking your language.
Yeah,
Um, but before we get into like the nuts and bolts of like how to send these emails, I was really struck by
sure.
why they're so important for coaches.
Well, I think that for a lot of CEOs and a lot of coaches are essentially CEOs of their own business, right?
Right.
They have a really hard time booking
Yeah.
meetings. And the statistic that we saw was 60%
Yeah.
of CEOs aren't able to book enough meetings.
And you need those meetings.
And you need those meetings as a coach. That's the lifeblood
It's the
of
lifeblood.
how you get clients.
Absolutely.
So that was really interesting to me that cold email is positioned as a solution to that problem.
Yeah, it's like the secret weapon no one talks about.
Right. Wow.
And so it's not just about like firing off a couple emails here and there. These sources really lay out like a whole team structure
Yes.
behind the scenes,
Yeah. It's like a
even if it's just you for now.
it's like a dream team.
Yeah.
Like if you had all the money in the world, you could go out and hire these people.
So there's an email technician and a leads list builder
Oh,
and
yeah. There's like a client success manager.
right.
Um, and what they do really well is they say, okay, well, if you are a solopreneur,
Yeah,
here's how you can still manage those roles.
I like that.
Yeah.
So they're not leaving us solopreneurs
Right.
hanging.
Hanging out to dry.
Okay, so we've got our team, even if it's just us in different hats.
Right.
Now let's talk about the campaign itself.
Okay.
One thing that really struck me, they're recommending multiple domains, like up to 10,
Yeah.
with like 3 email accounts each.
Oh, wow.
Now, I don't know about you, but that to me sounds like a little much.
It's a lot. I mean, I think.
Right.
But they're saying you need to do that
Okay.
to avoid spam.
Okay.
So it's like
So it's almost like each one's like a different disguise
Yeah.
to make sure that you're getting through.
to make sure you get through and not get blacklisted.
Right.
Yeah.
And then before you even think about sending out these emails, you've got your domains all set up.
Right.
There's a whole warm-up phase
Yes.
where you're sending out a certain number of emails every day for weeks before you launch.
Yes.
I'll be honest, I am not a patient person,
Yeah.
but I see what they're doing here.
Yeah, you're building up that trust
You're building trust.
with the different providers.
You don't want to just come out of nowhere with a sales pitch. You got to warm it up.
You've got to warm it up.
And speaking of warming up, they even suggest a cadence for sending these emails once you are warmed up and ready to go.
Right.
Starting slow and gradually increasing the volume over a few weeks.
Yeah, like don't go gangbusters.
Yeah.
Day one.
And they even give you some metrics to aim for, like 1 positive response for every 200 emails sent.
Right.
And then hopefully 1 client sign up out of every 2,500 emails.
Okay.
Now, to me, those numbers, again, I'm not a numbers person, but that feels a little, I don't know,
It feels like a lot, but
like a lot.
yeah, I think you also have to keep in mind every niche is different.
Okay.
So if you're a business coach and you're going after someone who's the CEO of a Fortune 500 company,
Right.
it's going to be very different than if you're a life coach and you're going after
Individuals.
individuals.
So tracking your own data is really key.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Figure out what works best for you.
Speaking of data, finding those ideal clients.
Yes.
The sources are like a treasure trove of information when it comes to building these lead lists.
Right.
And they talk about tools like Apollo.io. Have you heard of this one? LeadDaddy.com/SomeInfo.
I have. Those are like power tools for coaches.
They sound fancy.
They are.
Okay.
They can be really helpful. But the thing is, you have to know what to do with the data.
It's not just about gathering the data.
Right.
It's about
You gotta,
sifting through it.
you gotta find the gold nuggets.
Right. And so we're not just looking at like basic demographics, are we? Like location, industry.
No,
Okay.
this is a lot deeper than that.
Tell me more.
So you know how people say you can't go fishing for marlin in a bathtub?
Okay.
It's kind of like that.
I like that.
Where are the marlin?
Okay.
You need to put your hook in the water where the marlin are.
Okay.
So with these tools, you can target specific job titles. So let's say you only want to work with CEOs.
CEOs only.
That's it.
Okay.
You can do that. Or founders
Fancy.
or VP of marketing.
Okay.
You can target based on company size, recent funding rounds.
Oh, that's smart.
You can even see if they're hiring for certain key roles.
Wow. So it's like you're getting
That's usually a good indicator.
almost like insider information.
Yeah, yeah.
You know exactly who to target.
And they even suggest like one of the sources suggested, look at the technologies that they're using
Oh, that's interesting.
because that tells you if they're actively
So
using
they're
it.
actively growing their business.
So you can really, really pinpoint it
Wow, it's like you have a direct line
Yeah.
to these people. That's amazing.
to your ideal client.
So we've got our domains, we're warmed up, we're ready to go.
Right.
We have a list of red hot leads.
Good.
Now for the fun part,
All
writing the emails.
right, let's do it.
Okay, so
This is where the magic happens.
the magic happens, but you could have all the data, all the tech in the world.
Right.
If your emails are boring, generic, full of jargon,
Trash.
trash.
Yeah.
So luckily for us, these sources provide
That should-
some really catchy subject lines.
Yeah. What were some of your favorites?
Oh my gosh, I love. Quick question: name
Okay.
or thoughts? Name.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, and intriguing.
Yeah, and not salesy.
Not salesy, which is what we want, right? Yeah.
Oh, so they open the email. Now what?
Now what?
What's the opener look like?
the opener? And
Yeah.
one of my favorites that I saw was like, "Hey, first name. Been trying to find your email. Ol.
Yes.
I know this is weird, but I thought I'd reach out."
It's like that friend.
I know.
Really good at finding you on social media.
Right, exactly.
I love that. Okay.
But then they go into, they don't waste any time. They get right into
Get
me.
to the point.
Yeah.
Establishing value right up front.
And then that's where these sales beliefs come in, right?
Yes. Tell me about the sales beliefs.
So they spend a good chunk of time talking about like the psychology
Oh, interesting.
of why coaches buy.
Okay.
They break it down into 7.
Ooh, 7 key beliefs.
Oh, I like it out.
Yeah. So pain points, I think we can all relate to that one, right?
For sure.
As coaches, what's the best way to address those in our outreach?
Yeah. So it's like every coach has experienced those pain points.
Those things that are keeping them from their goals, holding them back,
Yeah.
and they suggest kind of highlighting both like the immediate pain points.
Okay.
Like right now, what's the thing that's keeping you up at night? Like maybe it's,
Yeah.
I can't find clients.
Yeah. I'm not making enough money.
Right, exactly. But then also the unfulfilled desires, like I want to scale my business, but I don't want to burn out.
Right. So it's kind of like painting that picture.
Right.
Here's where you are. Here's where you could be.
Exactly, exactly. But, you know, just because you highlight the pain points doesn't mean they're just going to come running.
Right.
So you have to address their doubts.
Okay.
And I think a lot of coaches, you know, we think, oh, I can just do this myself.
Right.
I can figure this out.
Why do I need you?
Right. Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's where you come in and really highlight
Okay.
like why your method, why your approach is, you know.
Yeah, it's not just cold email. It's
Yeah.
your cold email. You know, your special sauce.
Right. Right. Exactly. And then there's this really interesting, they talk about the cost of inaction.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
The cost of inaction, I like that.
Okay. So
That's ominous.
it does. But basically it's like we need to gently nudge coaches to realize that staying stuck
Yeah.
costs them something.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, when you put off doing your taxes
Yes.
until the last minute,
It doors.
it just gets more and more painful, right?
It just gets bigger and scarier.
So it's like, what are you missing out on by not taking action now?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's a good one to keep in mind.
Okay, so we've got pain, we've got doubt. Now we need some desire.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, right.
So we've got to paint the picture of the dream.
Okay.
What is possible for you?
So, like tangible outcomes.
Tangible outcomes, yeah.
More clients, more money.
More clients, more revenue.
Yeah.
But also, like, think about the transformation. Like, how is this going to change their life? Are they going to have more freedom? Are they going to have, you know, make a bigger impact?
So it's tapping into like their why for
Yeah.
being a coach in the first place.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, love that.
Okay, so then we get to, you know, we can't talk about sales without talking about money.
Right. The money. Yeah.
The money belief, right?
Yeah.
And this is about more than just can they afford your services, but are they willing
Are they willing to invest?
to invest?
Right. Because they could have all the money in the world.
Exactly.
But if they're not willing to invest in themselves and their business,
Right, because they don't see the value.
it's not going to happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh.
So, you know, that's where like testimonials, case studies, maybe a strong guarantee can be really helpful.
Yeah. So you're taking away some of that risk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Taking away the risk. Okay. So we've got, what do we have? We've got pain, doubt, desire, money, support. So a lot of times coaches aren't just making decisions on their own. They're talking to their mentors.
They're business besties.
They're business besties, they're colleagues, maybe their own coach.
Right.
So how can you acknowledge that
Oh, okay.
in your email?
Oh, I like that.
Give us some,
Give us some ammo.
give them some ammo
Yeah.
to be like, hey, talk to your business bestie about this.
Right.
If they have questions, send them my way.
Tell them to hit me up.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that. And then the last one, the trust belief.
Trust. Okay.
And this is about more than just trusting you as a coach,
Yeah, okay.
but trusting your method.
Okay.
Like, what is that framework?
Right. What's that special something?
That special something that gets them results.
Yeah.
So highlighting your credentials,
Yeah.
sharing some success stories,
Okay.
maybe even giving them a peek behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So they get a little taste of what it would be like to work with you.
Exactly.
Okay. So we've got these 7 sales beliefs. We can weave them into our messaging. And then we have to have an offer.
We have to have an offer.
Right. So they talk about these 3 different structures:
They do.
DFY, DWY, and DIY.
Yes. And I think, for people who maybe haven't heard these terms before,
Yes. Let's break it down.
let's break it down. So DFY is done for you.
Done for you.
So that's like your premium, high touch, I'm going to handle everything.
Okay.
DWI is done with you.
Done with you.
So it's a little bit more collaborative.
We're in it together.
We're in it together. Yeah.
Okay.
And then DIY is do it yourself,
Do it yourself.
which is,
Courses, group programs.
courses, group programs, things like that.
So it's like a menu.
It is like a
You
menu,
have options for people.
and you can get creative with your pricing too.
Okay.
The sources mention like performance-based pricing.
Oh, interesting. So you only get paid
You only get paid when they get result.
when they get results. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Or like a risk reversal,
Okay.
which basically takes the pressure off.
So they're not risking anything.
They're not risking anything. You're so confident in your ability to get them results
Right.
that you're willing to put your money where your mouth is.
Okay. I like that.
Right.
So we've got our offer. We've woven in our sales beliefs. We sent out our beautiful cold emails.
Okay.
Now what?
Now what?
Right. Because, unless we're like magical email wizards,
Right.
we're probably not going to close the deal with one email.
We're probably not going to have it.
So that's where these email sequences come in.
The email sequence, it's like a
Tell me more.
dance
I like that.
that you're taking your potential client on
Okay.
and guiding them toward.
To that.
Yes.
To the yes.
Love it. Okay, so paint me a picture.
Right.
What does this sequence look like?
So they recommend a 5 email sequence.
5. Okay.
5 emails strategically timed out.
Okay.
So email number 1 is your introduction.
Right. So that's where you're going to use that really witty opener.
Okay.
You're going to outline the problem, your solution, why it matters to them.
Setting the stage.
Exactly. Setting the stage.
Okay, what about emails 2 through 4?
Okay, so these are like your bump emails.
Bump emails. What's a bump email?
Okay, so they're not meant to be like hard-hitting sales pitches.
Okay.
But they're just kind of like gentle nudges
Okay.
to provide more value.
So it's like you're giving them little
Tastes
tastes of what it would be like
of what it could be like, yeah.
to work with you.
Maybe you share a case study
Okay.
of a client who's had an amazing transformation.
Love that.
Or you offer a piece of content that's super valuable
Okay.
that's related to their pain points.
Yeah.
Right. So you're staying top of mind.
Okay, I like it. All right. So we've nurtured them.
Yes.
We've provided value. We've intrigued them.
Right?
Email number 5.
Email number 5. This is it. This is your last chance
Last chance.
to get them to take action.
Right.
Whatever that looks like for you.
Okay.
Book a call. Sign up for a free consultation.
Yeah.
So you can offer some alternative solutions.
Okay.
If your main offer isn't resonating with them,
Right.
maybe you ask for referral.
Yeah.
If they know other coaches who might benefit or
Hey, if I'm not the right fit for you, who is?
right, exactly.
Love it.
So it's about ending on a good note,
Ending on a high note.
whether they work with you or not.
I like that.
Right.
Okay.
But here's the thing, even if you have this amazing email sequence,
Yeah.
if you're not tracking your results,
Right. What gets measured gets managed.
what gets measured gets managed. I love that.
Okay, I'm a data nerd at heart. So
Okay, so tell me, what are we tracking?
let's hear it.
Okay, so get ready to dust off those spreadsheets
Okay.
because we are tracking everything. We're looking at open rates, reply rates, positive responses, show up rates for those Loom videos you're sending. We're looking at how many leads you're reaching out to. Emails sent, opens, replies, booked calls, opportunities, closed deals,
It's the whole funnel.
customer journey.
The whole customer journey. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really about understanding, like, all the numbers. What are they telling you?
So it's one thing to crack them, but what do we do with all this data?
Analyze it.
Okay.
Analyze it. So they recommend a weekly review
Okay.
to look for trends,
Okay.
to identify bottlenecks.
Okay. So like if people are opening the emails but not replying.
Exactly. So maybe your subject line is great,
Okay.
but the email itself is
Falling flat.
it's falling flat.
Okay.
So it's like you're constantly tweaking.
It's like fine-tuning a race car.
Yes. I love that analogy. That's great.
Okay. All right. So we are fine-tuning this race car.
Yes.
Give me the tools.
All right, let's talk tools.
So what tools can help us analyze all this data?
Well, aside from a good old-fashioned spreadsheet,
Right.
they actually mentioned some pretty cool platforms.
Starting with email verification tools, because you want to make sure that those emails you're sending are actually
Yeah.
getting to real people.
Right. We don't want any bounce backs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So they mentioned things like a million verifier, never bounce.
Okay. I've heard of Never Bounce.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Okay.
And then on the more technical side,
Okay.
there are tools like EasyDMArc, DN Checker.
Oh, boy. Those sound kind of techy.
Yeah, a little bit, but
Is this even in my realm?
they're designed to be user-friendly,
Okay.
even if you're not super tech-savvy.
Good to know. So you don't have to be like
Yeah.
a coder or something.
No, not at all.
Okay.
And then if you want like an all-in-one solution,
Yeah. Tell me more.
they suggest checking out CRMs like Go High Level, Reach and Box.
Oh.
And those are really cool because it's like having
It's like having your own
virtual assistant.
virtual assistant.
Yeah,
Okay. For your email.
for your cold email.
I like it. That sounds nice, having an assistant.
So, they can help with everything from list building
Okay.
to email automation to tracking results.
That's like you have a whole team.
I know, it's amazing.
We're working
to-
for you.
Yeah.
All right.
What's not to love?
So with all these tools, it can be kind of overwhelming,
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah, there's a lot out there.
Where do you even start? How do you pick?
Yeah, and, they even say a lot of these platforms have free trials
Oh, that's good.
or demos. So you
You
can
test it out.
test it out. Exactly.
Kick the tires.
Kick the tires, see if you like it, see if it's a good fit.
Yeah, because what works for one coach might not work for another.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all about finding what works for you.
But beyond the tools,
Yeah,
I think a lot of this is mindset
100%.
because it takes guts to do cold email.
It does. You're putting yourself out there.
You're putting yourself out there. And I imagine if you don't see results right away,
Yeah.
it would be easy to just want to
Give up.
throw
Yeah.
in the towel. Yeah.
Yeah, but they talk about the importance of like resilience,
Okay.
persistence.
Or just systems.
Yeah, and keeping a positive attitude
I like it.
because, you're building relationships here. It's not just
Right. It's not a quick fix.
It's not a quick fix. Yeah.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
I like it.
So celebrate those small wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every email open, every reply, every conversation.
Yeah.
Those are all good things. Celebrate those.
It's all part of the journey, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so we are wrapping up
We are.
this deep dive on cold email mastery.
Yes.
Where do we even begin?
I know it's a lot, but,
We talked about the why,
the why, we talked about how to build those targeted lists,
creating the offers,
crafting the
the
emails,
tech.
the tech. Don't forget the 7 sales beliefs.
Oh, those sales beliefs.
Yeah.
So important. Got to weave those in.
I'll leave them in.
Okay. But as always,
Yes.
we want to leave our listeners with something to ponder.
Someone to chew on.
A little homework assignment, if you will.
Okay, I like it. Give it to me.
Okay. So we talked about building trust in your method.
Yes.
Right. So how can you showcase your method
Okay.
in those cold emails?
I like it.
Can you share a case study?
Oh, that's a good one.
Can you offer a free resource?
Yeah, give them a little taste.
A little taste, get those creative juices flowing.
Love it.
Okay. So there you have it.
All right, go forth and
Conquer the inbox
conquer the inbox.
with your cold emails.
Yes.
Until next time,
Happy coaching.
happy coaching.